If you're a parent, I'm guessing you've probably spent, I don't know, countless hours thinking about baby sleep.
Yeah.
It's this topic that has so much emotional weight.
It really does.
And we often end up thinking it's just this mechanical problem,
Mm-hmm.
like a switch you just need to flip when they're tired enough.
Right. But the research we're looking at today, it pulls the curtain back on something so much more fundamental.
Okay.
The big revelation is this. Babies don't just fall asleep because they're tired. They fall asleep when they feel truly, completely safe.
Wow. That one word, safe, it changes the entire conversation, doesn't
It
it?
changes everything.
It shifts us away from just like calories and schedules and puts the focus on emotional connection. We have to see sleep as part of this fragile new emotional world they're living in.
Exactly. And our mission in this deep dive is to really look at what the source calls the emotional blueprint of sleep. A baby can't talk.
Right.
So their body does all the communicating. Their movements, their breathing, their crying, and of course their sleep. It's all an expression of what's happening inside.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with the biology, with that immature nervous system.
Yeah, we have to start there. A baby's central nervous system is, it's brand new. It's not fully developed. The nerves don't have that protective coating, that myelin.
Kind of like a raw, uninsulated wire.
That is the perfect analogy. So when a signal, feeling, a sound, a sight goes through that wire, it doesn't just go from A to B. It just fires out everywhere. There's no filter.
So they feel everything more intensely.
And so much more intensely. Excitement, frustration, joy. It's all dialed up to 11. It's an all-or-nothing experience for them.
Which leads right into this idea of the accumulation effect. We focus so much on the 30 minutes before bed, but what you're saying is the whole day matters.
The whole day. Absolutely. Their brain is just collecting impressions all day long, lights, noises, new faces, the feeling of a cold wipe. And by bedtime, if that nervous system is still holding on to all that stimulation, sleep is almost impossible.
Even if their body is exhausted.
Even if they're yawning and rubbing their eyes, their internal operating system is still just whirring away at top speed. They're tired, but they are neurologically wired.
Okay, so this is why calming routines aren't just a nice little ritual.
They're a biological necessity. They are an intervention.
You're actively helping to downregulate that system.
You're providing the filter they don't have yet, the dim lights, the soft voice, the same book every night. It's all signaling to their body. The stimulation is ending. You can slow down now. You are safe.
That brings us to maybe the hardest part for parents, crying.
Yeah.
Because for so many of us, that sound is just a siren that says, failure. Something is wrong.
We have to reframe it. The source material is so clear on this. Crying is their primary language. If we only hear it as pain, we miss its other jobs, like regulation.
So how do you tell the difference, between a cry that says, I'm hungry, versus one that says, I'm just overwhelmed?
It's a nuanced thing. A need-based cry often has a kind of urgency, a sharpness to it.
Yep.
But that processing cry is different. It could be more of a winding down sound. It's the one we often hear right before sleep.
The one that happens even when you're holding them, loving them, and all their needs are met?
Yes, that one.
That's the one that just breaks your heart.
And paradoxically, that's often the most hopeful cry. It can mean the baby finally feels safe enough in your arms to let go of all the emotional static they've collected all day.
So it's like an emotional offload.
It's a full emotional download right before their system reboots for sleep. They can only do it when they feel secure.
So our job isn't to stop the cry.
No.
It's to support them through it.
Precisely. When you just stay there calmly while they have that release, you are teaching them something so profound. You're teaching them their biggest feelings are okay, that they aren't alone with them. You're literally building safety.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because our ability as a parent to be calm is a huge part of the equation.
It's maybe the biggest part. It's all about what we call the emotional echo, or co-regulation.
So babies are like little biosensors.
That's a great way to put it. They are constantly reading their environment for signs of safety or threat. And their primary environment is you.
So they're not reading my mind, but they're reading my body.
Exactly. They feel the tension in your shoulders, the speed of your voice, and most of all, the rhythm of your breathing, your heart rate.
So if I'm standing there rocking them, but inside I'm stressed and just desperate for them to sleep.
You're transmitting that stress. It's a physiological feedback loop. But the reverse is also true. It's so powerful. When you, the parent, consciously take one slow, deep breath, that simple act changes your own physiology.
Right.
And that change in your heart rate and your breathing gives the baby system. Well, it's like you're giving it permission to breathe slowly, too. Their body starts to mirror yours.
So their system literally unwinds because my system is telling it that the threat level is 0.
It's biology. It is the foundation of secure attachment playing out right there at bedtime.
Okay, so knowing all this, let's get into the actionable stuff, the blueprint. What are the specific techniques, and what is the actual biological reason they work?
Great. The goal here is intentional calm connection. So first up in our sources is slow movements.
Like gentle rocking, the
The
classic.
classic, exactly. But it's not just comforting. The slow rhythmic input tells the vestibular system in the inner ear that the world is predictable. And that signal actively lowers the amount of cortisol, the stress hormone in the blood.
You're literally rocking the stress away. Okay, what's number 2?
A soft voice, singing, humming, speaking in a low rhythmic tone. The sound vibration actually stimulates the vagus nerve,
Which is the superhighway for calm.
the superhighway for the rest and digest system. It helps regulate their breathing, which
Yeah.
immediately slows their heart rate. It switches them from alert mode to rest mode.
Third, predictable routines. We hear this all the time, but why biologically?
Because for a baby, everything new is a potential threat. A routine bath, book, cuddle sends a powerful signal that what's happening is known, it's safe, it's inevitable. And that familiarity calms the body's entire stress response system.
It's the antidote to anxiety. Makes sense. What about touch?
Number 4, skin-to-skin contact. This might be the most powerful tool we have. When you put the baby on your bare chest, your regulated body becomes their external regulator. It stabilizes their heart rate, their breathing, and even their body temperature faster than anything else.
It's the closest they can get to being back in the womb.
It really is. And finally, number 5, quiet time before bed. And I mean more than just dimming the lights.
Okay.
It's about aggressively lowering all sensory input for 30 to 60 minutes before you even try for sleep. You're trying to achieve a kind of sensory quiet. It lets all that built-up energy from the day just naturally settle down.
So the goal of all these things isn't just to get them to sleep faster, it's to help them find a deeper, more settled rest.
Yes. And that brings us to redefining what success even looks like here.
Right.
Emotional safety is not the absence of crying. It's not silence.
It's the presence of calm connection.
It's the presence of your calm connection when those big feelings come up.
So that connection can look different. Sometimes it's a quiet hand on their back. Other times it's just holding them through that release cry.
Yes. The big mindset shift is this. You don't have to fix their emotions. You just have to accompany them through it. You are their anchor in their little emotional storms.
And just being that anchor, that changes everything.
It programs their entire internal model for how the world works.
So when you boil it all down, what's the big lesson here?
That sleep is emotional. And the babies sleep better when they feel seen. When their nervous system is met with warmth, not pressure.
And when you guide your baby to sleep this way, using this connection, you're doing so much more than just getting through bedtime. Oh, way more. You are actively wiring their brain for resilience and for trust. The source material is very clear about this. Teaching a baby emotional safety is one of the greatest gifts you can give them for their long-term health.
That's such a powerful idea. And it leaves me with this one last thought for you, our listener. If this biology, this secure attachment, is so fundamental for something like sleep,
Yeah.
what else is it shaping? How they handle stress in school, the relationships they form as adults, how they navigate conflict. Just think about how this ability to be calm, to give permission to breathe, how that echoes far, far beyond the bedroom door.